Die Milde aus Mr. Arschlochs Wohnung. Mit Hilfe von Chemikalien konnte ich das Blut vom Gemälde entfernen. Es handelt sich um ein Stillleben von Mr. Mercurius Wohnung. Okay.
That doesn't look like the painting we need, Sherry.
As expected, but that doesn't mean it won't tell us anything. Let's put it on the easel where it belongs. I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John? If the intruder didn't take it, the skull should be somewhere here.
Dann habe ich schon gesehen, der ist da.
Monster was actually a man. Poor girl. John, you ought to be thrilled. We are now hunting the devil himself.
What were you saying, Sherry? I was too busy sketching the scene, you know, crimes and such like, daily routine. Did you find something?
A photograph. It depicts a man in a red suit with tails sprouting from his back and multiple people in masks watching the scene. It all adds up. But the act of love, it wasn't given willingly, John. It was a violation. And the girl, she was with child.
Give that to me now. Did you recognize someone?
No. Although the victim is not from Cordona, she is African. Look at the ritual scars on her face.
Get that image out of your brain. You have to continue the investigation.
I must speak to the landlady. Perhaps she saw or heard something.
Sherry, you cannot tell her the truth about Mercurio. It will hurt her.
John, that's illogical. Sooner or later, she will come here and discover a corpse, and I still need to talk to her.
Just avoid mentioning corpse, all right? Stick to the character, tell her to call the police.
I'll take that into account.
And wait here. I've redrawn the people in the photograph. Now you can proceed with your investigation without those horrific details.
What's wrong, dear? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Can you tell me if anyone else has recently entered the flat?
Oh, you're talking about that limping man. I'm sorry I let him in. I was scared. And I thought maybe he would motivate you to find money so that you would pay your rent. No offense, dear.
Can you describe him?
Oh, so you weren't at home. I was so certain you didn't leave your flat that day. He was of average height, had a limp and a tattoo on his neck, and he was smoking Malpal cigarettes. My husband used to smoke those. They have a horrible smell I can recognize from a mile away.
Mr. Mercurio is dead.
Oh, is this some kind of joke, Boniface? What do you mean you're dead?
I mean that Boniface won't ever pay his rent again.
Oh, my dear. If you need to delay your payment for another week, that is all right. There is no need for these games. But this is the last time you hear me.
It's not about payment, Mum. If you open Mercurio's flat, you can see the dead body for yourself.
Dearie, you will not trick me into entering your flat again, do you hear?
Can I ask a favor?
Of course, dearie.
Please call the police and ask them to enter the flat. And don't look inside until they come up.
What? What trouble have you stepped in this time?
It really doesn't matter. Thank you, Mum.
Ich möchte raus. Ich will raus.
Phew, Sherry, that was close. But you did everything correctly. Now, take off your outfit. I can't let you walk around in a dead man's clothes.
Das ist aber mein Outfit. So.
May I ask you something?
Don't be angry with me, sir, but I don't know.
I don't know. Wie soll ich ihn...
Are you able to help me?
No, sir. I won't talk to you.
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or you...
Ja, wir brauchen wieder ein anderes Gewand. Was nehmen wir denn? Bandit?
You're just annoying these people.
Okay, warte. Das muss alles bitte wieder normal sein. Keine coole Brille, kein cooler Bart.
On purpose.
Could you help me?
I cannot, sorry.
I cannot sorry.
May I ask for your assistance?
Nah, never heard nothing.
You obviously haven't thought this all through. Or are you just annoying these people on purpose?
Jetzt gibt es keine Leute mehr, die ich fragen kann.
Do you know anything about this?
You and I are the economic foundation of this island. We should help each other. But I don't know what you are talking about.
May I ask you something?
I like you, friend, but I can't help you.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Weiß ich nicht, was soll ich machen?
Can I ask you a question?
I don't know about that, but people here should know more.
Mr. Holmes, your brother sent me.
Na, dann wollte ich
terrific.
gar nicht danken.
Let me guess. A mission of
Oh,
global
God.
importance, a nation forever in my debt? Let's get this over with.
I see the Holmes demeanor is genetic. Well then, this island is home to a seemingly innocuous astronomy professor named Jacob Haring. In high society, though, he's rather more infamous. He possesses a collection of scandalous materials that could compromise almost every aristocrat in Britain. And Haring recently got his hands on information that would expose one of our men. He agreed to return it, so long as he was paid a visit by a Holmes.
And Mycroft was too busy watching the crown jewels? Fine. I'll visit Mr. Haring the moment I can spare the time.
Just wait. The man is a loner, but a cunning one. This invitation implies he has something in mind for you, so be careful. And remember, I was never here.
Ja, das interessiert mich aber gerade nicht, sag ich da ganz ehrlich. Diese blöde...
Is this familiar to you?
No, I haven't heard about that.
Could you help me?
Excuse my ignorance, but I have no idea.
Time to check
Help
your
me,
who,
please.
what and what,
I would
Sherry.
help if I
Who are
knew
you
more,
asking? About
but
what and
perhaps
dressed
others
as
will be
what?
more helpful.
Excuse me, just one question.
I would help if I knew more, but perhaps others will be more helpful.
Time to check your who, what and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what and dressed as what?
Excuse me, just one
Die
question.
weiter, was sicher.
I cannot, sorry.
May I ask for your assistance?
Oh, I've heard talk.
Zeichnung einer Schwangeren. Die Narben auf dem Gesicht der Frau scheinen ihren Ursprung beim Stammesvolk der Ewe zu haben. Auf Cortona kann man Ewe nur in Flüchtlingslager unter der Victoria Bridge Brücke zwischen Scalido und Silverton finden. Scalido und Silverton. Victoria's Bridge. Dun, 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 dun. Warte mal, wie komme ich jetzt unter die Brücke am besten? Genau da.
Beasts!
Is this familiar to you?
A lady doesn't know about such things.
Du schaust so aus wie die. Was ist denn da für ein Aufstand?
Murderers!
First they come to our land, then they murder our people.
May I ask for your assistance?
I'd help your friend, but I know nothing.
Murder! Beasts!
Excuse me, just one question.
Do I look like a man who can help your kind?
So, da haben wir jetzt wieder viele Sachen gekriegt, aber wir hauen uns jetzt einmal. Ja, na, da nicht so viel. Genau. Ich wollte mich nämlich als Polizist vorher noch verkleiden, damit es Sinn macht. So. Die Galerie, die war in Mr. Mercurios Wohnung. Wahrscheinlich. Der Dieb wollte den Maler nicht töten. Ja, haben wir auch gemerkt. Besucher können nach Foto gesucht haben. Der Besucher könnte versucht haben, die schreckliche Fotografie zu finden und mitzunehmen. Ups, jetzt ist da was aufgegangen und ich hab's weggetan. Der Dieb wollte die Fotografie stehlen. Der Dieb wollte in der Wohnung die Fotografie stehlen, fand sie jedoch nicht und tötete Mr. Mercurio unabsichtlich.
Ja, es war eh unabsichtlich.
Hat er ja gesagt.
Weil er hat irgendwas vom Wein geblendet oder irgendwie so.
Vom Wein geblendet?
Na, von der Weinflasche oder was.
Also.
Irgendwas hat ihn geblendet. Und dann hat er ihn aufgeschlitzt und dann wollte er ihn ja eigentlich verbinden.
Ja, wir müssen auf jeden Fall wieder Polizist sein.
Do you know anything about this?
Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Where do you think you're going? Speak with the chief.
May I ask for your assistance?
Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
So, die Schreierei ist mir nochmal am Nerv gegangen.
Murder! Beasts!
Gut, gehen wir ohnehin.
I won't let you pass, you damn gaper.
Du damn Gaper. Was heißt Gaper, ha?
Weiß ich nicht.
Gaffer.
Sir, this place is off limits to the public. Please state your business or leave, or I shall request that the police escort you out.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm from City Hall. They sent me to oversee the situation.
No, you're not. I'm the supervisor of the camp, and I'm the one who's handling the current situation on behalf of City Hall. Ronald Harlow at your service. Now, sir, tell me who you really are, or you'll have to explain yourself to the police. I have full authority to request they detain you.
Very well, Mr. Harlow. I am a private investigator. I'm looking for a witness on my case. Sherlock Holmes is my real name, though.
A private investigator? Really? Even so, you're not authorized. I can't let you in, so please, step back.
Irgendwie habe ich ein bisschen am Schnupfen, glaube ich.
Oh je. Was ist das für Kitzibata? Sie versucht älter auszusehen.
Hat er aufgemalt.
Ist blass und Augen arbeitet im geschlossenen Raum. Versucht autoritär zu wirken. Nicht verheiratet. Feuchte Hände, schwitzt, ist angespannt.
Der ist auch verkleidet.
Saubere Schuhe, arbeitet meistens im Sitzen. Ich glaube, er ist ein unerfahrener Bürokrat.
What about the murder that this crowd keeps shouting about?
It's mere assumption. I assure you that the situation is under the police's control.
I know you want to deal with this in the right way. You are obviously a professional and a responsible person, but you clearly have never handled a situation like this before.
I am handling it, Mr. Holmes. Don't question my capability here.
And tell me how you do it. You can't even calm this gathered crowd, and as for the police, they're not quite managing it either, are they? You consider yourself a problem solver, but until today, you've been solving problems sitting at your desk in a dark corner of a city hall room. Here, you need a more practical approach.
What are you driving at, Mr. Holmes?
I can help you to handle the situation if you're truly interested in solving things quickly and quietly.
And how exactly would you manage that?
Simply tell the police that I'm
Ja,
the
das war
City
das auch
Hall
keine
and I'm
Fensterschlafen
committed to
gestern.
investigate the
Das
scene.
und dann auch noch.
I'll work out the rest. But in return, I need your help finding my witness. She's a young refugee. She's with child or was with child recently.
Look, there is indeed a dead body inside the camp. So even if the girl you are looking for is there, all the refugees are now being detained and interrogated by the police. They won't allow you to speak with her, and I can't do anything about that until the situation settles down.
So it's in our mutual interest to settle it.
Oh. I suppose that things are bad enough that I ought not shy away from help. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell the police to allow you to come inside. Just tell me when you're ready.
Mr. Harlow, how did the refugees end up here exactly?
So you're not from around here yourself?
I've been away for some time, but I read the papers.
Yes, this whole story has been in the papers for almost a year now. They were smuggled to Cordona on a ship from Africa.
Smuggled? Then why didn't you deport them?
The smugglers managed to sneak them to shore and hide them inside an abandoned warehouse. When the police raided the warehouse and found the refugees there, the ship was already gone. We aren't even certain as to which ship it was. We have busy shipping routes with other colonies these days, you see.
So you decided to lock them up under a bridge?
There was no other option. We're still trying to work out what to do with them. I only hope we'll find a humane solution and not put them on a raft and float them out to sea.
Mr. Harlow, what exactly do you do here? What are your responsibilities?
What I do and what I am responsible for are two different realities, Mr. Holmes. On paper, I am in charge of the camp territory, security, provision, and the refugees in general. What I actually do most of the time is knock on every City Hall door trying to obtain some funding, or at least rations for the camp.
The police here on City Hall's behalf too?
They are, minus those who came here after the body was found. The governor won't let the refugees disperse into the island, so there's a significant police presence guarding the camp. Naturally, they answer directly to the police. I have some influence here, but I'm not their direct authority.
I'm ready to take a look at the scene.
All right. Go inside the camp and find Inspector Chute.
I'll find my way with words. Thank you, Mr. Harlow.
So they keep these refugees under a bridge like proverbial trolls. No wonder the people outside are so disturbed.
So. Heute habe ich es mir so. Ich sollte mir das aber so abgewöhnen. Ja, mein Händel.
Who the hell are you? How did you get in here?
Mr. Ronald Harlow let me in, sir. I'm Sherlock Holmes,
me.
a surveyor of refugee affairs with City Hall.
Who are you?
You're Inspector Tewkesbury, I presume?
No.
A surveyor.
Who are you?
What does that even
I am
mean?
me.
In short, I've been sent to conduct an extensive report on the incident for the Colonial Office and to assess all the damage inflicted on state
Me
property.
is me
Got
and
it.
you are me.
Another paperworm sent to count money and get food for archive mold. Go on, look around, but don't make yourself too at home. As if I didn't have enough problems before you appeared.
Could you first tell me what happened here?
What happened? People from the bridge above the camp heard a woman screaming and saw a mass of refugees attacking a man. Clearly not a refugee. When the camp guards came by, the man was floating in the sewage canal with a knife in his chest. Bam. A murder. Big news for Cordona.
I'm sure. Thank you, Inspector. And none of the refugees were harmed?
One fellow was cut. He's lying over there near their kitchen. He's in a bad way.
You mentioned a woman screaming who attracted the bypassers on the bridge. Was she harmed?
No, she's all right, but perhaps the whole debacle started because of her. She started wailing and the refugees stood up for the girl.
And where is this young woman now?
Back there in the shacks, same as the rest of the refugees. She's been questioned by my men, but she's just some refugee girl. Can't understand much English.
Do you have any suspects yet?
You're joking, right? I've got a whole camp full of suspects. And if you ask me, this bloke had it coming. Better bury him and forget about the whole thing. And now there's a crowd gathered at the camp, and my superiors say we must thoroughly interrogate the refugees, at least those who can understand any English.
Do you believe that your superiors wish to get rid of the refugees?
I think that both our superiors would rather keep the story quiet. Since that's an unaffordable luxury now, they're looking how to protect their public image. That's why I have to waste my time waiting for my people to turn every stone and befriend every refugee.
Did you learn anything about the dead man?
The fellow looks like a thug. I've had dozens like him fished out of the sea over the past 20 years. Ever since these refugees arrived, there have been people on Cordona with bad blood in them. My best bet is that this thug had something against them too.
And no clue as to his identity?
He had some items on his body, but nothing to indicate who he was or where he was from.
I think I should catalogue his possessions in my records.
Go on. They're on the table near the body.
Here we go again. Number of hours on Cordona before stumbling upon another dead body? 0.
Clearly a left handprint here.
Woher weiß er, dass das die linke Hand ist?
Na, weil der Daumen rechts ist.
Das war so schlecht.
Someone bled profusely here.
Someone bled.
A fresh crack, as if the crate was hit recently.
Muss jetzt hier die Nummer durchdrücken?
Ja.
Der ist ausgerutscht.
A furrow in the ground. A blood trail leading to or from the canal.
Das ist nicht to or from the canal, das ist to the canal.
Na, das weißt du ja nicht. Wenn der im Gesicht blutet hat und nur durchgegangen ist.
Okay, die Leiche schauen wir zum Schluss an.
You don't know this.
Da haben wir die Chick. Und sicher wieder die
Malpal, soaked with salt water. £1,000. A fair sum, especially considering British currency isn't very common in Cordona.
In Cordona gibt es keine britischen Pfund.
A simple leather sheath. Perfect for a dirk.
Herb Dirk.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Oh, I don't know about that. Ask one of the others.
Are these the rations the refugees get from the authorities? How do people even survive out here? Are these the rations the refugees get from the authorities? How do people even survive out here?
So schaut es sich an, das ist du gute Mais.
Maiskolben.
Wie oft gehe ich bei uns einkaufen und denke, so ein Mais wäre geil. Kriege ich keinen.
Hätte ich heute beim Geschäft gesehen. Ganz frisch. Einfach zum Kaufen.
Ich glaube, da hole ich mir auch noch einen.
Hätte ich das gewusst.
Aber ist das so einen nicht vorgekochten?
Nein, ganz roh. Der hat sogar noch ein paar Schalen drauf.
Genau das will ich.
Direkt beim Gemüse.
Police boots. Always happy to trample evidence. A heavy boot with a worn-out sole.
Wir haben nämlich bei uns in der Nähe ein Geschäft. Da fahre ich mich immer mit meinem E-Scooter hin.
Dirk.
Oh, carnelian agate beads, a traditional African adornment.
Es ist nicht so weit, aber zum Gehen ein bisschen weiter. Aber mit dem E-Scooter geht es eigentlich relativ flott. Und er hat heute das ultimative Angebot gehabt.
No,
3
no hint
Kilo
of blood or
Hühnerbrust
impact.
um 15 Euro. Unfassbar, unschlagbar.
Also ein Metzger auch drinnen, das ist ja das Gute.
Ja der hat zwar eben kein Schweinefleisch, weil er natürlich ein Türk ist, aber das stört nicht, weil...
The blood sprayed off the blade after the strike.
Und die wollen wir sowieso lieber so.
Da wollen wir sowieso noch Hühnerfleisch. Ich meine, ein echtes Wiener Schnitzel vom Kalb wäre es halt auch einmal.
It might have been
aber das
used
ist mir
as an
ehrlich gesagt zu
improvised
teuer.
weapon.
Muss man schauen. Händelschnitzel ist das Beste.
Ja.
Was mit dem passiert?
The cut
Für mich
is
ist auch immer
deep,
so komisch,
potentially serious if not
wenn deine
treated
Eltern sagen,
immediately.
es gibt Hühnerschnitzel, weil für mich sind normale Schnitzel Hühnerschnitzel.
Ja.
Ehrlich gesagt. Bei Pute mag ich sowieso nicht.
Der schaut aus.
Bei der Wurst geht's noch. Schwarze Pute oder so, oder Putensalami, das ist...
Na,
He is in
Pute ist für
shock,
mich-
feverish and
Pute ist für
dehydrated.
mich was für die Moslems.
Sherry,
der Schrein
you
ist
know
für mich
first
Ja,
aid.
das ist für mich noch
Surely you have a
ertragbar,
duty to help
aber
this man.
Fleisch,
You can't leave him to
Fleisch,
certain death.
weiß ich nicht, in einer geschnetzelten oder sowas, das kann ich nicht essen. Oder Schnitzel oder so, Putenfleisch, das schmeckt man immer.
So trocken und blau.
Wie gesagt, wenn man eine Wurst draus macht, das ist so verarbeitet, dass man es nicht mehr so merkt, aber eine schwarze Pute ist eigentlich schon ganz gut.
Was? Wir haben, glaube ich, alles gesehen.
Und das Allerbeste waren 20 Eier für 2 Euro.
Ja.
Kostet ein Ei 10 Cent. Musst du mal vorstellen.
Our
In der
dead
heutigen
fella
Zeit.
truly has had a day
Ja.
of
Das ist der
misfortune.
1. September
Ich habe
2022.
mit meiner Mutter telefoniert und ich habe ihr erzählt, ich bin mir vorkommen wie im Jahr 2000.